my dears. Good morning. This is Gauri. Today we are going to start grade 8 SPL, okay, or civics. So before we are going to subject, we are going to the chapters. Just we are going to recall what are the things we studied in 7th standard civics. Okay. So in 7th standard, totally we have 5 units. So each units we have two lessons. So what are the 5 units you studied in your 7th standard means inequality, state government, the working of state government, gender, what are the problems faced by ladies, particularly women's, kids in those days and how they lived in now, that you studied, and about media. So important of media we discussed last year, and market. In market, about a problem faced by cotton farmers and the problem faced by the workers of industries. So everything we discussed last year. Why I recall these things, what you studied in 7th standard means the unequality and state government, these two lessons and some points of gender, the problem faced by ladies and kids will be continue for grade 8 also. Okay, so on equality, in that lesson we discuss about problem faced by Dalit people and midday meal program, for provision given to government, that thing we discuss. So that time when we discuss about 4 provisions of our constitution, we are not elaborately discussed about constitution. So this year first lesson we are going to be discuss what is constitution, what's its key features, so how they write the constitution of India, why it is very important of constitution of each country, that we are going to be discuss in the first lesson. Same like last year we discussed about state government. So the working of state government, who is MLA, what way we are selecting our chief minister, everything we discussed last year. Same like this year parliament, okay, who is called MP, how we select our prime minister, and who is called as president, what is his role, what is the role of our parliamentary like Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha, everything we are going to be discussed. And then judiciary. So last year we discussed in the gender lesson the problem faced by people, particularly ladies and kids, I said no. So how the problem shot out by with the help of court, and what is the importance of court, what are the activity took place in court, everything we are going to be discussed judiciary lesson. Same like social justice and marginalization and the facilities given by government, everything we are going to be discussed elaborate manner in 8th standard. So in 8th standard also each unit, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unit we have. So each unit we have two lessons. So totally you are going to be study 10 lessons for from SPL. Okay, so let's see, move to our class now. First lesson of grade 8 SPL, the Indian Constitution. Before moving the lesson constitution, how many of you like to play games like cricket or football or kabaddi or kho or volleyball? So everybody like to play games, right? Whenever we play games, whenever we are going to ground for playing any games, we have some set of rules and regulations. We supposed to follow that rules and regulations, otherwise you are disqualified in that match, okay, in that game. Okay, what are the games suppose you play, you have to follow a certain rules and regulation. So without rules and regulation, the game is not valid. Same like a country wants to rule a peaceful manner, very good development want to happen in that country, we need a set of rules and regulation. Okay, so how our school want to run smooth manner means we have some rules and regulations. Every year they will give the instruction, type of wearing uniform, the type of hairstyle. Okay, so like that we have also some rules and regulations. So like that each and every country has some rules and regulation for a peaceful development and for their society. So here I gave the constitution, the definition of the constitution. So constitution is nothing but a written document in which we find such rules is called. Okay, so in constitution they mention some rules. Okay, that rules alone called as constitution. So keep it in your mind. Whenever we ask the definition what is constitution means, you have to know very well a written document, a set of rules. Okay, that only called as constitution. Why we need constitution means for peaceful and smooth running of government. Okay, clear? Just listen. Here I write some words. These words and all already you are not read. This year alone we are going to be see these words often in our civics. Okay. First here I write the word tyranny or arbitrary. Second is sovereign and third is human trafficking. Okay. So why I write these words means, what is the relation between these words from that lesson Indian Constitution means is close relation. How it is related to the lesson I will explain later. Okay. So tyranny or arbitrary. What is meaning of these two words means a country under the crucial and harsh government. So which country is ruled by a people or ruled by a person who was very crucial and harsh. Okay, that government alone called as tyranny or arbitrary government. Okay, so present day which country we can say like that means North Korea. So North Korea was ruled by like that person only. He was very cruel and very harsh government. Okay. Our country is democracy country, you know very well, but like that country, like tyranny like countries, we have a lot of countries in the world. Okay, best example North Korea. Next is you come to third point. Okay, human trafficking. So what is human trafficking means? Practice of illegal transporting of people. Okay, they are taking people in illegal manner from one country to another country. What purpose they are taking the people from one country to another country means for forced labor. Okay, like slave. Okay, and then for sexual offense. So that like illegal activity is called as human trafficking. Okay, so tyranny or arbitrary, human trafficking. Okay, that you have to know clearly. Next comes to second point. Okay, this is sovereign. What do you mean? Means independent people. In many countries, the people not independent. Okay, maybe their government is not like our government. Okay, they have to that government rules and regulations somewhat very harsh. So here the word sovereign means independent people. So what is the relation between these words to our Indian Constitution means the time of making Indian Constitution. Okay, when the Constitution prepare or when the Constitution formed for India, that time the people of our country they are ruled by British. Okay, the people of our country ruled by a British government. Okay, why British ruled our country, that I will explain. Okay, that time our country people not independent. Okay, that time our country people not independent and the human trafficking happened lot of things. Okay, our Indian people they are taking to some other country and they are forced to work in lot of places. Okay, for against these activity Indian Constitution, the time of making Indian Constitution, they are focusing to reduce, to avoid these things in our Constitution. Okay. Yeah, next we are going to discuss about the formation of Indian Constitution. India was ruled by British, who are called as British means in present day England only called as British. Why they started to rule, what is the reason they started to rule means we have to go to somewhat back. around 250 or 300 years back. Okay, in 8th standard history fully we are going to be discuss about the reason of ruling British in India. That alone we are going to be discuss. But a brief, shortly I will explain now. Okay, so for trading purpose, many European countries they come to India. European traders they comes to India. Slowly they occupy many lands. Okay, particularly British traders slowly they occupied many places. Around 100 years they controlled India, particularly East Indian Company. Okay, whether grade 7 itself we read about East Indian Company. So particularly British East India Company had the power to rule India in many places. Okay, British East India Company. Okay, this is a trading company. So it had the power around 100, more than 100 years. It rules India. So in the year of 1857, okay, one of the revolt happened in near Delhi, Meerut, one of the place. That too you have to read in history. So after 1857 incident, the British government started to rule India directly. Okay, so before 1857, India was not ruled by British government. It was ruled by India was ruled by East Indian Company, like nowadays Reliance Industry or Adani Group of Company, like that. East Indian Company also, British East India Company also a kind of company only, trading company alone. Okay, so after 1857, India was ruled by the British government directly. The time of ruling, British ruling time, the British government not seeing or not give equal importance to our people. Okay, so the time when the time of British people started to trade here, many British people they come and settle. They are working the British government. They are the good position for many places. Okay, so even the Indian also working in many sectors, but the government did not give equal importance for Indian people and British people. They are showing inferior. They are treating Indian as inferior manner. Okay, what they thought means Indians are like slave, like that they thought. Okay, so like that it's going on. So the year of 1880 onwards, freedom struggle movement. Okay, freedom fighting movement. Started very huge manner before 1850. After 1857 after 1857 onwards the freedom struggle movement started, but after 1880 the movement took the speed of freedom struggle movement. It's going to very fast manner. Why? Because in that time many learned people. Okay, so many people they are going to abroad. They studied in foreign countries. Particularly many people they complete their law. Okay, so like that people when they comes to India, they involve themselves for the freedom struggle movement. Okay, so like that only freedom struggle movement started. Okay, so they demand the British government for getting independent, but the British government not accept, not ready to give independent. Slowly the British government started to give the independent to India. What is the reason means in that time two world war happened. Okay, and from 1914 to 1918, and one more world war. So two world war happened throughout the world. Many countries involved that war. Okay, after end of the war, many countries lot of problem happens in many countries. So like that in India also the people they are involving in movement of freedom struggle. Okay, so the British government at last ready to give independence to India. It's decided in the year of 1946. So the British decided to give independence to India in the year of 1946, but it gave independence to us in 1947 only. So before 1 year itself, it start the framing work. So after it's give the independence, what are the framing work? How the India going to be rule themselves? Okay, so like that the framing work it's going to start. So when the British government decided to giving independence to us, so it sent one of the committee to India. Okay, one of the ministry committee, cabinet ministry committee to India, whether we can give independence at present what is the possibility in India, like that the committee want to find out, and it wants to give the report to British government. So when the committee comes and it hold meeting various people in India. Okay, in those days many political parties started. The party involves for freedom struggle movement, particularly Indian National Congress, Muslim League, okay, and Communist Party, like that many political party it's involves for freedom struggle movement. So that committee members, which committee was coming from British, the committee member hold discussion with the people and the British governors who are working in India, say Governor General of British. So from that people also took part in the meeting. Okay, so at last the committee recommend to form the Constitution Assembly. Okay, so whenever your country wants to rule themselves, the country needs set of rules and regulations that we discussed. Okay, so it set up a constitute body and executive committee. Okay, executive committee and then constitute body is want to be set up. Okay, so that Constitution Assembly. Okay, when the year of 1946, the Constitution Assembly started to set up. So around 300 members in the committee. Okay, around 300 members were participate. Even 15 women members also in that group. Okay, exact 303. Okay, so in that 303, 15 members were women, remaining all gents. So these people, okay, these 303, those are means the Indian National Congress, Muslim League, community, and various state and various cultural following people, everybody involved. Okay, so who was the head of this council? This Constitutional Assembly council head means Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. You know very well about Ambedkar. We studied grade 6 and grade 7 also. Okay. So the Constitutional Assembly meet for first time in the year of 1946, the month of December. Okay, so after the formation of Constitutional Assembly, after the head of Ambedkar, it held a meeting at 1946, the month of December. Okay, after that, often the committee member meet and they discuss and they decide what are the rules and regulation we need for Indian Constitution, that they discussed. Okay, so the committee complete their work. Okay, how many members I said in that committee? Around 303. Okay, so in that 15 members remains. So that committee complete its work, complete its forming work, making of constitution work by November 26, 1949. Okay, 1949 itself is complete the work of constitution making. Okay, the constitution was also approved by the Indian government, but the constitution comes into the effort. Okay, the constitution comes in the effort month of January 26 in 1950 only. Okay, so November 26, 1949. What is the time difference between November 26, 1949 to January 26, 1950? November 26, December 26, January 26. Around 60 days time different. Those 60 days, the first Prime Minister of India not introduced the constitution to India, not affect in the India. Why? Because he choose the date January 26. Why they choose the January 26 as the effect of constitution means the year of 1930. Okay, 1930 when we get independent, the year of 1947 alone we are getting independent. Okay, so the year of before year of 19 we people they are involved in freedom struggle movement. So the time of freedom struggle movement in the year of 1930, INC means Indian National Congress. Okay, Indian National Congress, it held meeting. Okay, and it declared itself. Okay, it's declared itself as an independent country. India is an independent country, like that in that meeting the Indian National Congress declared. When that meeting happened means in the year of 1930, January 26. Okay, so January 26, year of 1930, Indian National Congress, that party declared India as an independent country. So after 1930, every year, okay, 1931 to 1946, up to these years, every year, the people, many people in India, that time Congress party was very famous in India. Okay, so many people, they celebrate each and every year January 26 as a Independent Day of India. Okay, so Jawaharlal Nehru decided to give importance of this day. Okay, that's why he decided to the constitution should comes effort on January 26. Okay, in the 1950. Clear kana? Next, we are going to discuss about the key features of Indian Constitution. So, in Indian Constitution, we have 5 key features. Okay, so what are the 5 key features means? Federalism, a parliamentary form of government, separation of powers, fundamental rights, and secularism. Okay, so each topic we are going to be discussed elaborate manner. Already you studied grade 6 about federalism, but the word is new for you, but the concept, what is federalism, I will explain later. So federalism, after explain you will know very well. The same like parliamentary form of government, same like last year we studied about the state government, no. So like that, and then separation of power, fundamental rights, and secularism. So next, each and every topic we are going to be discuss, right? So federalism. Now we comes to know what is federalism. So federalism is the extents of more than one level of government. Okay, so in India we have 2 set of government. One is state level government, another is central level government. Okay, so in each government, state government and central government, we have the elected, we elect the representative, that representative alone ruled. Why this is called as federalism and why this is said as a more than one level of government means the power should not be focused in one place. Okay, suppose New Delhi is our capital. Okay, so the distance between New Delhi or the capital city from Tamil Nadu or West Bengal or Assam, it's very difficult. Who is sitting at the time of king's ruling time, the king wants to maintain all the places, right? So suppose all the power focused one place means very difficult for administration. So to reduce the difficulty for administration, we are selecting the federalism form of government. So some powers we have the state government and some power the central government has. The government, both government separates. The power is shared for equally. Okay, what are the specific power of central government means the central government have the power to maintain army. Okay, the state government not have the rights to maintain army. The army maintenance for central government alone, and then for running of railway, okay, railway, postal department, and external affairs, relation between the other country. So these things and all maintained by central government. And then what is the role of state government means to maintain the particular state alone. Okay, so what are the needs of the particular state, what are the demand of particular state people. So that power alone the state government has. So the state government has also have some department like police department and finance department and educational department, like that many department that we discussed in 6th standard itself. Okay, so in state level government we have three level of government. Okay, under state government we have 3 level of government, that is Panchayati Raj. Okay, so what is Panchayati Raj? Already we discussed in previous class. So what are the 3 level of government in the state government means village panchayat, okay, village level, and municipality and municipal corporation. Already we discussed elaborate manner how the fund which is given by state central government and how it's going to state government, how the fund is distributed by the state government to these government, these level of government mean, that we will discuss, we discuss already, right? Clear? So federalism is more than one level of government. So second feature of our Indian constitution is parliamentary form of government. So parliamentary form of government means by election, okay, through election we select our representative like MLA, MPs, ward councillor, ward member, sarpanch, everybody the representative, those who want to rule us, we people through election we select, okay, that alone called as a parliamentary form of election. The term UAF already you write in the grade 6 and 7, Universal Adult Franchise. In India alone, when our constitution comes the effort, okay, 1950 January 26, that time itself, Indian government gave the rights to people, those who are completing age of 18, irrespective of their caste and their religion and their gender and their economic status, to give all everybody for poll vote in the election. Okay, so other countries, last year we studied, and even in USA, UK, that country and all, after long period only gave the rights to people, all the people to poll vote. Okay, particularly they deny for ladies to poll the vote. Only gents allowed to vote during election. And then some lower caste people also not allowed to vote some other countries. But in India, from 1950 onwards, all the people, okay, those are complete the age of 18, they are allowed for vote. That alone called as parliamentary form of government. Next feature is separation of power. Okay, so already I said the powers should not to be one person. Okay, whenever a country is ruled by any kind of government, the power should be separate. Okay, suppose the power is only one hand, means the country is not run by smooth manner. So in India, in the Indian constitution itself, they explain the separation of power system. Okay, what do you mean by separation of power? Means three set of separation we did. Okay, one is legislature, second is executive, and third is judicial. Okay, legislature means the state level and central level government, MLA, MPs we selected through election, I said before, no. So that legislature assembly. Okay, in central level we have Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. In state level, state legislative assembly we have. That under the state, about state legislative assembly, last year you studied. This year we are going to be discuss about parliament form of government, the work of MPs and the prime minister and the minister group of central government we will discuss. So legislature, what is its work means? It has to pass some laws and it has to implement some schemes which is wants by our people. Okay, that is the main work of legislature. And second is executive. So what is the role of, who is called as executive? What is the role means? A smaller group of people who are responsible for implementing law and running government smooth manner. Particularly IAS officers, IPS officers, government employers, everybody that particularly who's are working under government sector, they are comes under executive group. Okay, so their role very very important. Why means, what are the schemes and plans introduced by legislature, the executive only promote that scheme or that plan to normal people. That alone called as executive. And third one is judiciary. Judiciary is a court system. In India we have three set of court. One is Supreme Court and High Court and District Level Court. That also we will study in the upcoming lessons. Why they add the judiciary means, judiciary system in our constitution means, suppose these two group of people, legislature people and executive people, suppose they did any mistake means, the judiciary, the people, the normal people or the state or the central government, anybody, they can ask, they can appeal in court, they can register the case and they can get the judiciary, they can get a good reply from the court. Okay, so to approach court for getting a good judicial from the court, that alone we have judiciary. Okay, so separation, that's why our constitution decide to separate power to for three level. Okay, so legislature, executive and judiciary. Yeah, fundamental rights. So next feature of constitution is fundamental rights. What is fundamental rights? Why we need fundamental rights means it helps to protect people against arbitrary. Already we discussed what is arbitrary. So the crucial or harsh rule of government, that alone called as arbitrary or tyranny, I said before itself. So to protect people for this like ruling. Okay, that's why our constitution it's give some fundamental rights to our people. So we have totally 6 fundamental rights. Here I write 6 fundamental rights. Okay, first rights to equality, second one is rights to freedom, third one is right against exploitation, fourth one is rights to freedom of religion, fifth one cultural and educational right, sixth one right to constitutional remedy. Okay, so now we will discuss elaborate of each right. Okay, the first right, rights to equality. Last year itself we studied a 4 provision of constitution. Suppose you have to recall. Okay, what are the 4 provisions? Means all are equal in front of law. There is no discrimination against caste or sex or gender. Okay, so all are equal in front of law, no discrimination, and all people can access any place in India. Okay, and then last untouchability has been abolished. So these things are already you write in 7th standard itself. Okay, so we have to treat all the people should treat equal manner. No one should not treat under level, okay, in superior manner. That's why in the rights to equality mentioned, and rights to freedom. Second topic is right to freedom. We have right, we Indian citizens, we are Indian citizens, we have the rights to go any place in India. Okay, so suppose we want to go to other country, we need passport, we need visa, everything. But suppose we want to go inside and India, we can move, we can settle, so no one restrict us. Okay, you are belongs to this particular state, you should not allow to settle here like that, no one should not restrict. Okay, so that one we called as right to freedom. And third one, right against exploitation. Okay, right against exploitation. Okay, here I write the word exploitation. Exploitation means to force someone for doing some work. Okay, already I introduced some words, new words. Now in that word also we discuss about the forced labor, like that. Okay, so right against to exploitation means suppose we appoint any person to complete to do any job, but we are not giving a proper salary or very less amount of salary. Suppose we are giving means that is called as exploitation. Okay, suppose we are appoint any boy or any girl under the age of 14 for working in domestic work in a house or hotel or any shops, that also comes under this right. Okay, right against exploitation. Suppose like that people working in any places means we can approach court, that is the against our constitutions. Okay, that's why they are giving the rights the people. Okay, next fourth one is rights to freedom of religion. Okay, already I said India is a vast country, a very big country. In our country, many people following many religion. Okay, we are not following any single religion. Many religion exist in India. So we have the rights to follow any religion. Okay, suppose I like to follow this particular religion or that particular religion, we can follow. Okay, so that is the rights to freedom of religion. Okay, fifth one is cultural and education rights. Same like freedom, cultural and education rights. What means which culture we right to follow, whether we are ready to follow Gujarati cultural or culture or Rajasthani culture or Tamilian culture, we can follow, and like same like what we want to study. Okay, that educational rights too we have. Okay, and the last is constitutional remedy. Suppose any rights is denied for us, we can approach court, that alone called as constitutional remedies. All are clear? Yeah, last feature of Indian constitution is secularism. Okay, so what is secularism? This word is very new for you. A country should not follow any one particular religion. Okay, that alone called as a secular state. Okay, suppose any country follow one particular religion means that is not considered as a secular state. So India is a secular state. Okay, here often, hereafter often in your book you read the word state like that. Okay, here state means not 28 state and union territories. The state means in our SPL term country. Okay, so in our country, not following, not promoting any one religion as an official religion of country. Okay, so suppose India, only Hindu people only the recognized religion, or Christianity only the recognized religion, or Islam only the recognized religion, like that in India we are not following. We accept all religions. Okay, we accept all religions. The people can follow any religions. Okay, that alone called as a secularism. Okay, so here I write the definition of secularism. A secular state, state means country. A secular country is one in which the state does not officially promote any one religion as the state religion. Okay, so it should not promote any particular religion as their religion. That alone called as a secularism. Clear? We conclude the lesson, the Indian Constitution. So what are the things we discuss in this lesson? Means first we discuss about what is constitution. Okay, the set of rules and regulations only called as constitution, and why a country need constitution. Without constitution there is no peaceful development and peaceful life of people. That's why every country, whether that is ruled by that is a democratic country or monarch country, what type of country, all the country need a constitution. Okay, that too we discussed. And then particularly how, in what way or how the Indian Constitution was framed, that we discuss elaborate manner. Okay, the British rule, from the British ruling time to up to Republic day we discussed. Okay, next we discuss about key features of our constitution. Okay, key features of our constitution. What are the key features? 5 features we discussed. This is very important. That's why I recall again. So federalism. Federalism means what is federalism we discuss means, just recall 3 level of government. Okay, and then parliamentary form of government, separation of power, secularism, and fundamental rights. Okay, so under fundamental rights again 6 more topic we discussed. Okay, so right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right, rights to a constitutional remedy. So under 6th topic we discuss what are the rights we Indian people have. Okay, so these things are not we have in the first lesson. Alright, right? Thank you. Have a nice day.